Hello, beautiful people. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can host MKDocs using Cloudflare Pages. Now, this is my website here, Techdocs. You might have heard me talk about it before. Now, I was self-hosting this for the longest time. Now, it's getting about 6,000 users per month now, so I wanted to have a lot better uptime, right? I tinker, I update my server and stuff like that, and that brings down my site, and I don't want that. Now, I've covered how to self-host MKDocs using Docker in another video. I'll have it somewhere, so if you're keen on understanding that, go check that out. But since I need that better uptime, I've now moved it from my home lab server to Cloudflare Pages. So this is Cloudflare Pages here. Don't worry, I'm going to go and explain all of the details in here when we get to the example of deploying it. But I just want to quickly cover the main reason for doing this and why you might want to do it. So there's two reasons. One, you might not have the hardware, or you can't, guarantee the uptime all the time of your website, but you want to self-host a website and you don't want it to cost you anything. Cloudflare Pages, it's free up to a certain point, but for you to hit those limits where it's paid, it becomes really cheap anyways, but they're quite high limits, so you should be sweet. And you also get that uptime, right? It's all managed via Cloudflare, and they've got points all around the world, so it doesn't matter where your users are that are accessing your website. It's going to be quick and it's going to be snappy and responsive. So if all those things are what you're looking for hosting your MKDocs, then this should help. The other great thing is that your code for your MKDocs will live in GitHub, so you don't have to worry about losing it or anything like that or backing it up. It's all in GitHub and all sorted. So what happens is Cloudflare Pages is always looking at this GitHub repository. Anytime I update it, it will make a change to my public website. And of course, you never want to just update your production website live. So we can have such things as, working on a development side of things. And we can see how those changes work first before we actually switch it to our main branch. Now, if this is new to you, this is like industry knowledge when it comes to source control, as well as the deployment methods using Cloudflare Pages, which is essentially like pipelines and CI/CD. So you're getting a lot of knowledge just from doing something simple like hosting a website using Cloudflare Pages. Right, I've been talking enough now. Let me show you the process of deploying MKDocs on Cloudflare Pages, and then I'll kind of come back and we'll go over everything and I'll explain more in detail as well. Right, so deploying MKDocs, what you're going to need is one, a Cloudflare account. So make sure you go and get one set up. It's free, or real quick and easy to set up. You're also going to need a GitHub account or GitLab if you want to use GitLab, but for the sake of this, I'm going to be showing you GitHub. So once you've got those two things, we should be good to go. So there's going to be a link in the description to come to this repository here, which is MKDocs Material Starter. This was made by a community member named Sven, who has created pretty much a foundation for deploying MKDocs. This right here is a valid deployable way of deploying MKDocs using Cloudflare Pages, or even just running it local. But he's pretty much made it so we don't even have to worry about creating anything. So what you're going to want to do is a link will be in the description for this. So come here, and then what you're going to want to do is in this top right hand corner here is click use this template, right? So this is going to copy it into your account, right? So then you can make all the changes you like. So let's click create a new repository, and then we'll come down here, and of course this will be your account. Mine's called Techdocs, that's my GitHub account, and you'll want to give this a name, right? So I'm going to call this YouTube example. And depending on who you want access, maybe you don't want it public, you want it private, you can choose here. I'm just going to keep mine public for this, but again, my main Techdocs docs is private, so both of these solutions work. So we're going to hit create repository here. And now this will bring us to our GitHub repository of our newly cloned repository that we just grabbed from Sven. Now we can make any changes here now that we like. And I'm going to show you that in a second, but let's just go straight to deploying this with Cloudflare. So we have our repository, we have our Cloudflare account. So what we can do now is we can come to Cloudflare. On the main page here, come to workers and pages, and then just the overview is fine. And then what we want to do is click create, okay? So we'll hit create, and then it will say workers or pages. So we want to click pages, and then we want to connect to Git, right? So we want to connect it to a Git repository. So let's click here. And you can see at the top here it says GitHub or GitLab. Now, I'm using GitHub, so we're going to have that one clicked. And you'll see here it says GitHub account. Now, mine's already been connected, hence why mine's here, but you're going to need to add an account. So you can click that. And then you would see you just have to confirm the access that you're going to allow Cloudflare to be able to interact with your GitHub. So depending on your authentication, you might have to use your MFA or anything like that. I've got a passkey, so I can just use this to connect. So I'll just touch my passkey. There we go. And now you can see we have given Cloudflare Pages access to our GitHub repository. Right, so once our Cloudflare has been connected to GitHub, you'll see down here under repository access. This is where we're going to say, what does Cloudflare have access to? Now, it's best practice not to give anything access to everything if it doesn't need to, right? So what we're going to do here is we can click select repositories, and now you can choose the repository that you just copied from Sven's GitHub, right, which was the MKDocs template. Look for that. So I named mine YouTube example, and there it is right there. So I'm going to click that, and if I hit save, that should have given Cloudflare permission to access that. So it's brought us back to Cloudflare. We'll hit create again, go to pages, connect to Git, and we can now see that repository, the YouTube example. So you should see it as well. So what you do is you'll click that, and we'll have a little tick next to it, and now we can hit begin setup. We can give our project a name. I'm just going to leave it as that, but the project name will become the URL that you access your website with if you're not going to use a custom domain name. Now it says here production branch. So this is saying, hey, what branch in GitHub will be your production code? If you're not familiar with how branches and stuff work in GitHub or just in Git in general, you can see back in our repository, we've got like master here. So, you know, master right now, that's where all my code is. And then if I want to do dev stuff, I can make another branch called dev. I'll show you that in a second. But essentially you can leave it as default. Now you can see here the framework preset. So what we can do here is just come down and you can see all of the frameworks it supports, right? It can handle all of this stuff. Gitbook, Hugo, Jekyll. But what we're looking for is MKDocs. And we shouldn't have to change anything else. Framework preset, MKDocs, it's all good. Now the reason this is going to work just straight off the bat is because in that repository we cloned, what we're doing is we're telling Cloudflare it needs to set up all of these requirements within Python when it's deploying it. It's going to run MKDocs via Python. So it's grabbing all of these requirements. And it knows to grab those because of the name requirements.txt within our repository. So what I'm saying is you don't need to change anything. And now you can click save and deploy. So we'll click that. Now we haven't had to touch code or anything like this at this point. We've just copied a repository, connected Cloudflare to that repository, come into Cloudflare and set up the pages for it, and now it's deploying it. So you can see here that it's cloned that repository, it's brought it into Cloudflare, it's now building that, so it's currently just grabbing all of those requirements that we told Cloudflare we need for our website. You can see here, it's just 22 seconds in so far. It's grabbing those, and you can see it's finished and it's deployed it. Now it's deploying it to Cloudflare's global network, and you can see it says upload complete, and we're done. If you click this link, you will have MKDocs up and running. So if we click this, DNS can take a little while, so it might not load straight away, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not up just yet. We'll give it a couple minutes and we'll refresh the page in a second. While we're waiting for that to come up with the domain name, we'll come back into that deployment, and I just want to show you something. We'll view the details. Look at that. 24 seconds to build and deploy that, right? So we have MKDocs set up in under a minute from our repository. Give it a refresh. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. So we have a stock standard MKDocs up and running now. Just like that. That's how simple it was. We now have our pages connected to our repository, so any changes we make in this repository will be reflected in our new deployment. So let me show you how this works. If you're familiar with Git, you're pretty much away from this point, right? You know how to make your changes and deploy it from here. But I'm going to walk you through that process as well. Now, it all depends on what operating system you're using. If you're on like Mac and Linux, you should have Git out of the box. If you're on Windows, I believe you have to install it. So what we're going to do, we want to make some changes, right? So all of our changes will happen in this repository, this GitHub repository. It is the source truth of our MKDocs deployment. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to code and we are going to copy this SSH command here. Now, you will need to set up SSH keys and stuff like this in your GitHub account. You should be able to Google it. I'll leave a guide in the description as well. I'm not going to cover all of that. It's kind of branching us off, but I'm just going to assume that you have SSH keys or a way to make changes to your repository. And so that means we can copy this SSH command here. So we can copy that. Jumping to our terminal. So what I can do is type git clone, right? And then paste in that string there that we just copied from GitHub. And what this will do is clone that repository that's in GitHub into our machine. So it's just downloading it now. And then what that means is I can go change directory into that YouTube example like that. And if I type ls, everything I see here is what I see or what's in that repository, right? So if we just quickly come into this here, and we'll open up the index. So you can see here, the index, which is just the front page for MKDocs, this is what's been served. So pay attention to this, which is just this, right? So let's change some of this stuff, and I'll show you how quickly Cloudflare will make those changes for us. So coming back to our code here, let's just change, I don't know, let's just add another line here. I added this as part of my YouTube example. There we go. So we'll write and quit that. You don't have to use Vim, which is what I'm using here to change the files. You can use Nano or whatever text editor you like, VS Code or whatever. Right, so I've made a modification. So what I'm going to do now is do git add dot. So that's just saying, hey, look, I've made a change to get that stage ready to push to GitHub. And we'll do a git commit -m and some double quotes. And what we'll put in these quotes is just change MKDocs front page, or whatever you want to call it, front page. We'll hit enter. And now this is all ready to go. So now I can do git push. And this is going to take that change I just made and push it to GitHub. So I'm going to go git push. And you'll see here that it will upload my change to GitHub. Now we'll come to Cloudflare really quickly. And we'll go to YouTube example. And you can see a deployment is in progress. Cloudflare noticed that change, and since it was on the production branch, it knows to make that build and change our production website. And you can see here it's now building that application. It's doing exactly what it did before when it done the initial deployment. And there you go. You can see with under a minute, we've already made the change. If I come here and hit refresh on the live website, bam, our update, right? There we go. That's how you maintain and update your website. Now, I'm going to show you some other stuff, but this is really like Git sort of stuff, right? You really need to, you don't need to be an expert in Git. You don't need to, this stuff, if it's new to you, of course it's going to be like, oh, how does that work? Honestly, you spend an hour playing around with the stuff, you'll understand it to a point where you can make all the updates you like to your MKDocs within Cloudflare. Don't get put off by this. It's just, this is like a core thing that you should really understand when it comes to self-hosting and that Git, pipeline, CI/CD. All of this is really important and great knowledge to know, right? So last thing I want to show you is what if you want to make a change for development. You want to see how this would look, but you don't want to impact your main website. Well, what you can do is we can have another branch, right? So you see here, we've just got master. So what we can do is we can go back to our terminal. So now the changes that we want to make, we don't actually want them to be reflected on the production branch, right? So what we can do is do git branch, if I can spell, and then say dev, right? This will make a new branch for us to work on. Now I can do git checkout dev, which will change us. Now this is an extension I have on my terminal, but you can see it just says master here. And now you can see we're on the dev branch, right? Now all the code in here is still the exact same to what we had in our production branch, right? But any change I make here won't be reflected on the production website, but the development branch. So let's come back into our text editor of choice, and I'll come down to MKDocs. No, I don't want to go to MKDocs. I want to go into the docs and then index, and let's make a change here. So let's make a new line, and we'll go, this is just on dev, and we'll save that. And then following the same process, git add, git commit, -m, and then we can just go made a dev change. Now you get messages are normally quite specific, but we're just doing some testing and stuff here. So we've made that commit, and now let's push that up, and we're on the dev branch, so this change will be pushed to the dev branch. If you're a bit skeptical and you want to make sure it's actually going to the dev branch, you can put in this here, so git push origin dev, which really makes sure that, you know, your changes are going to the dev branch. And we'll hit enter here, and now this change will go to GitHub on the dev branch. So back to my repository, we now have that dev branch. Now Cloudflare would have seen this. Now if I come into Cloudflare, go back to this example here, you can see there's this new environment. It's not called production, it's called preview. And you can see that this deployment is in progress. And when this gets deployed, which again should happen with under a minute, you can see here, it knows that this is on the dev branch, right? So it's deploying it as a preview deployment rather than a production deployment. And you can see this is deployed now. So if I come back here to the main screen where we can see all the deployments, you'll see we have this deployment domain here. So if I click this, this would take us to the change on that specific commit that we did in GitHub for that change. So you can see this is just on dev. If I come back to this one here, you can see if I hit refresh, that change never comes across because production is on the master branch, and this change here is just on the preview, is just on that dev branch. So this is a great way for you to, you know, deploy, play around with how that deployment will look with dev. Will it break it? You know, you don't have to worry about messing your production. And then when you're happy, you can come to your repository and you can see here, compare and pull request. You can create a pull request and merge your dev with your master branch, and then it will deploy to your production and you're good to go. Now, I know I covered a lot in this video, GitHub, pipelines, all of that stuff, but this should be exciting stuff for you to learn. It's all used in the industry. It's all key knowledge that you should know. Pipelines, dev branches, all of that stuff. I'll leave some information in the description for you, but yeah, we should be good. Any questions? YouTube comments or the Discord, we're more than happy to help you. MKDocs and Cloudflare Pages has been a big discussion point lately. So yeah, feel free to jump in. If you get stuck, any questions, more than happy to help. Thank you so much for all the support, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.